Hello everyone, and welcome to the Swolehammer Warcry Battle Report. For this battle, we are doing the battle plan Trophy Kills from Tome of Champions 2021. The victory path is at the end of each battle round, each player adds up the points values of the fighters and the enemy warband that were taken down that battle round. If one player has a total greater than their opponent, they score 3 victory points. In addition, a player earns 1 victory point when the enemy leader is taken down. The battle ends after 4 battle rounds. When the battle ends, the player with the most victory points wins the battle. The twist is step up to the fight. At the end of each battle round, once victory points have been scored, if one player has a lower total number of victory points, they receive 1 wild dice. For deployment, the daggers start 9 inches from the center on opposing sides of the battlefield. Then, the hammer and shield arrive round 2, with the shield being able to arrive on any part of their respective side. With that, let's take a look at the warbands. Starting with the battle groups for my Slaanesh demons, dagger on the right side with a Blissbringer and a demonette. Left side, a hammer is my Fiend and Demonette, and then Shield are the Contorted Epitome with 3 Demonettes.
I went pretty simple, so I have a Stabber with Net in each of my groups. My Dagger and Hammer both have a Hopper, and my Shield has a Hopper with the Hopper Boss. Here we can kind of see the deployment of the beginning of the game. It's just Dagger v Dagger with the other 2 groups not coming in until round 2 actually, which is pretty strange. So here we see Rafiq's roll off for initiative. And then there's mine.
Unfortunately, the wild dice didn't really matter in this round because it's mostly just movement. No real combat happens.
Just kind of jockeying for position, yeah. So here you see me bringing in my netter. With 4 movement, yeah. Double move to kind of get in the mix. The netters are really good for control, but the range on that is 3 inches, so I couldn't do too much with that this round.
The Blissbringer, on the other hand, is a full-ass 8-inch move, and so what I was doing is kind of trying to intercept.
So here I'm moving one of my squig hoppers into the kind of the center of the board just to be able to pivot any direction I need.
Riley posturing per usual. I'm using my demonette to get into position.
That 5-inch move is pretty good. Here we're rolling for initiative for round 2.
This is more crucial because I get a triple and a double.
Yeah, same.
I start off the round with my Contorted Epitome, move a little bit just so I can get into Mirror of Absorption range to shut off that squig hopper, making it pretty much act as if it already activated that turn. Riley's happy about that.
It's pretty rough. Here I'm going to go ahead and move in one of my Stabbers with the Net to try to net the Blissbringer, which was successful. So you see the token coming down there. We're just using a weight token as an example.
Damn it!
And then attacking into the Demonette for 2 damage. Any damage really with the Stabbers is just a bonus, but I paid for that.
As you can see, I use Sadistic Killers to absolutely crush the netter, doing 10 damage.
I wasn't happy about that, but I come in for some sweet revenge with a Hopper. Unfortunately, I rolled actually pretty poorly there.
Yeah, the Demonette suffering only 8 out of its 10 wounds is pretty substantial.
Yeah.
I moved the Fiend into place, which kind of eventually bites me in the ass later, as you'll see.
Here I'm moving in one of the Stabbers with Net to try to lock down the Blissbringer again for round 3 when that happens.
Demonette moving into position that was next to the other Fiend.
And then here comes my Shield coming in. I'm kind of just trying to pincer attack the Fiend to burst it down to get some points on the board.
Yeah, and with that, the Posturing Squig I knew was going to go in. So I moved my Demonettes around my Contorted Epitome, pretty much.
Yeah, just to punish if I did do that. And then here we just have the Stabber with Net, just kind of trying to get in the mix however I can, just to maybe do something useful next round.
As you can see, this is the way second battle round ended.
Battle round 2 ends going to Rafiq because he took out my Stabber with Net. Here we're going to roll for initiative for battle round 3.
As you can see, I got a triple and a grot and 2 doubles.
I managed to get a quad and a double using the extra wild dice from the twist.
And as you can see here, Riley immediately burst the quad, understandably, going straight into the contorted epitome.
Yeah, my plan here was to kind of take that out with the quad on the hoppers, but I could not make it. It was just shy of the kill.
Yes, 24 out of 28 wounds. I come back with the triple, buffing my nearby units and doing 12 back to the squig hopper from the epitome.
Yeah, it's looking pretty rough, but here I can try to use my stab with net to nerf down the Blissbringer, which does fortunately go through for me.
Daemonic goes into the netter before it inevitably gets mowed down.
Yep.
Yeah, squig hopper pretty effortlessly just demolishes it.
Yeah.
And here's the kind of pincer attack with the Fiend. I kind of put in a poor position. Daemonic coming up buffed from a double, actually, to get that extra move. And
that's another kill.
Immediately gets removed with a crit and a hit. It's pretty brutal.
Yeah. So my only hope to really take this round is to delete this Fiend and hope that my one hopper that went in lives.
Yeah, the Fiend hits back for 6 damage just to do something, but inevitably, yeah, it was just too much damage. You can see the Fiend trying to fight back, but yeah.
The boss trying to go with him. But unfortunately here, those attacks are just too much, and he's able to take out the squig hopper.
Yeah, with the buff demonettes and the double attacks from both of them, the way I positioned it so they didn't have to move, it pretty much cinched the game where I just got enough points to get 3 more for the battle round and 6 total, making it impossible for Riley to catch up.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the end of the game. I kind of conceded and extended the hand at the end of round 3 just because, like Rafiq said, there's no way for me to catch up at that point. He was at 6 victory points and we only had 1 battle round left. I was really banking on kind of going in and taking out the contorted epitome. I think that would have cinched it for me. It went with the Fiend kill along with that, but I just couldn't make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say how the game would have gone if the contorted epitome was taken down. Obviously, the Blissbringer being taken down for 2 rounds in a row was
pretty impactful.
Was impactful because it stopped it from doing a lot of crazy stuff. And also my misplay with the Fiend could have definitely cost me the game as well. But thankfully, the contorted epitome did not go down, even though it is the lowest. It does not have that many wounds, honestly. Out of 28, the Fiends have 30 and the Blissbringer has 35.
Yeah.
And everything's 3 toughness to her strength 5, so everything's hitting on 3s, and with really crazy abilities, it just could have been really punishing if I didn't play a little cagey like I did.
Yeah, and I think that's what kind of won it for you in the end.
Well, so that's kind of the wrap up for the first battle report. Let us know what you think of this format, and this is Swolehammer. Thanks for watching.
Stay swole.